What is everybody doing while Siraye's gone? Siraye's gone for a good 40 minutes. Is Doddle singing?
Doddle, 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 Doddle. My God, you've got to stop.
Why?
Because Siraye told us to be quiet. You're not. Neither jar. So can you both be quiet when you what you're doing, please?
Yeah,
Right, Doddle, we should sit here in stony silence and stare at Maglo until he becomes very uncomfortable, and then we can sing again.
He
And
never
I just do
said
that.
No,
that.
you're not. You're not fucking sick. Listen, you just got to be quiet, right?
What do you
Right,
think, Doddle?
Doddle, you fucking need. Have you got anything to disguise yourself?
Yeah, and they cast. Well, let me just see here for a second. Pull it up. Yeah, I'm gonna close my eyes and whisper some elvish stuff, and I'm gonna change into not Rosie, but potentially like a sibling of Rosie, like a little gnome with bright colors and look very cute. I don't want to have bright pink hair because I want to blend in like a little bit. So we're gonna say like red hair.
Okay.
Like, still, it's pretty and neat and bright, but like a natural color.
So you change your appearance with an illusion, and you now look like a bright-eyed gnome, not unlike Rosie, but of your own kind of version of a gnome. Does anyone do anything else while Siraye is gone?
Well, I'm just like kind of hiding and laying low inside the car.
Yeah, Mags is like sitting outside the cart, just making sure that, just like looking over people and things.
There is a series of City Watch that have been doing a march through the dock area. So on the street outside the dock, you see a grouping of City Watch march past. And you think one of them spots you, Maglo. They don't respond in any way, but they turn back and continue on their march.
When he looks, Mag's just going to give him a little nod.
Yeah, they nod back.
Hey, Maglo. Do you know if we're close by yet?
I don't think it ain't gonna take us much longer. I don't think.
You Maglo, even though you're not as familiar, you did kind of like study the streets a little bit. You know that you're probably about 5 minutes away. It's pretty close.
Yeah.
Good, because
Wait, like right outside. Oh shit. Mags looks around for any like food stalls.
Yeah, there's a number of food stalls. There are places that sell either raw fish or cooked fish, and there's a tavern off to one side that is open, and you can see people coming in and out of it. There is a cart that is selling bread, and a couple of vendors that are selling salted fish.
Maglo goes over. He like reaches into the back of the cart and then takes some gold. Goes and buys like a big loaf of bread and 10 fish, 10 like 5 salted and 5 just cooked, and then walks back to the cart. Right, proper breakfast for people.
Yeah,
there you go.
you end up spending pretty much 2 silver in total, and that takes the rest of your time. Everybody is given food, you start eating, and sure enough, eventually, you see Siraye walking down the wooden dock, returning to all of you.
I got you some food.
Hey everyone. And I grab the meat from Maglo and I start chomping on it.
How'd it go?
So what happened?
Well, it's what we suspected. The Grasping Eye has control of that dock. It is contested by another gang, but that one is the one that I'm concerned the most about. Apparently there was a robbery on board the ship, the Sirens Call. There were lots of dead bodies and missing people, as well as the ship was believed to be trafficking magical animals.
That does track with the Grasping Eye. I mean, the first time we met them, they were trying to, smuggle cockatrice?
Yeah.
Right.
Right, is it still there? Is it still in?
It is in
Access?
dry dock.
Right, so we all be on our lookout, make sure everyone's fully equipped, make sure everyone's spells and whatnot is all ready. June,
Also,
if you got a weapon, June, do you want my gun again?
No, actually,
Oh, nice. Oh, brilliant.
Also, something to be concerned about. The Zentarium are believed to be involved as well.
What is Intarium?
4 day.
So you know the Zentarum generally. Everyone who Hawke you would know, June and Doddle you would not necessarily know. If you've been living in any city for any amount of time, you've heard the name the Zentarum, and it is it's like saying the Mafia.
Oh, boy.
Shit.
Yeah. So I also asked what they knew about Sternward, if there was anything going around, and apparently no one likes this guy. Not even like the City Watch like this guy, or any of the gangs, or any of the underworld like Sternward.
It does complicate things because, I mean, my personal theory before this was that Sternward was, dirty with the gangs, but if the gangs hate him, whose agenda is he supporting?
Maybe he's just supporting his own and only cares about his own.
Then we can easily manipulate people to take him out. We don't have to do nothing.
There's also the question of, if this is the Grasping Eyes MO, but the Zentarum are involved, are they teamed up together?
Your
gonna be
understanding, Siraye, is that the Zentarum were stolen from. They were most likely the secret victims of the crime that the Grasping Eye performed. So
It seems like that whatever happened on this ship, it was done to the Zentarum.
for everyone who knows just the general idea of kind of what the Zentarum is, it's deeply tied to magic, but it's also tied to spies and assassins. This is a dark organization, but you know that magic typically infuses everything that they do. They seek to maintain and control the world secretly. So if another group or organization were to do something like this against them, it would certainly not go unnoticed. And it would be very dangerous for that other organization. So it would have to be worth their while. It wouldn't be something that was unimportant or as simple as just coin.
We gotta be on guard then. This is actually
Very
a little
much
more
so.
dangerous than I thought.
Yes.
Do you make your way down the dock ward towards the Anchor's Rest?
Oi.
Are we close by
You're
to Anchor's Rest?
A few minutes travel through the streets
On cart.
on cart.
What about on foot?
It would take longer, but not more than half an hour.
Okay. I think we should park the cart in a safe place and not approach on the cart.
Sure, that's fine.
Okay.
Just,
Okay with that.
so our getaway is not obvious.
Do we want some of us to watch the cart, or do you think it's fine?
I think the cart should be fine if we park it in an obvious place that cart should be parked in.
You find an area off of one side of the docks that you're at, and there is a small stall that you can tether your cart to, and then you pay the young girl who is watching over everything. You pay her a small number of copper coins, and she keeps an eye on it for you. There are a number of carts
Great.
that have been parked here. It's merchants are leaving their vehicles here so that they can go onto the ships and deal with whatever business they have here on the docks. Okay, so somebody mark off 3 copper. If you wish to
got
pay
it.
more, you can.
And
I'm gonna mark up my
money!
gold too.
It begins raining a little more heavily, and as you begin walking, you make your way through the streets, which are still crowded with all the teeming life of the docks. But you make your way closer to the Anchor's Rest, and eventually you do see a sign that is put onto a wooden post that has an anchor to the side, held horizontally, with Anchor's Rest kind of etched into it. It looks like it is aged and badly damaged, and one entire part of the anchor has been broken away and rusted, and it just looks like it has been here for a very long time and not taken care of. However, the entire area, it looks like a shipyard, and there are lots of decommissioned merchant ships and old military war galleons that are dry docked here. So they are all hoisted up on kind of these weird network of ropes and pulleys and wooden and metal armatures that hold them out. So all of these ships are just kind of suspended above the ground, and there are carts and wagons that are traveling back and forth in the main area. As you start walking down this kind of ghost shipyard, it becomes very dark, rainy, and quiet. There's less traffic here. There are a few individuals that are spotted throughout the shadows that take note of you. And it's clear that individuals do not like to be confronted here, and they're very suspicious of anyone who walks through this part of town. As the party makes their way through the filthy walkways of the dock ward, they're slowly drenched by the consistent drizzle of rain that falls from the gray, clouded midday skies. The docks are filled with sailors and merchants, but those merchants and sailors slowly kind of bleed away into the empty streets that lie beyond for Anchor's Rest. Schooners and massive merchant galleons sit next to sleek military cruisers and ragged fishing vessels. They're all stacked together, and there is a stretch of docks and warehouses that are ferried with just an enormous amount of goods that have passed through here. So the streets themselves have been heavily carved into by carts that have traveled throughout the years. And the cobblestones are all broken and shattered. And in general, the sound of the gulls above you and the patter of rain quickly become the only sounds that you can hear as everything becomes quiet as you walk deeper and deeper into the dark areas of Anchor's Rest. There are people from all over the world that you're noticing, shadowy figures, but you're not seeing any one specific type of person. It seems like there's a kind of a wide swath of humanity and other areas of the world that pass by this general space. You follow your way through this street, and eventually you find a flat, ramshackle wooden building with a brick foundation. And it is gray and has been aged by rain and salt from the bay itself. And it's littered with abandoned wooden crates, barrels, and stacks of debris. The gray wood and brick structure has two large double doors that face the bustle of the street behind you, and a series of boarded up windows along the second story. As the rain begins falling even more heavily, the smells of brine from the sea are all that you can smell, but there is a very faint, lingering scent of old fire and ash somewhere nearby. On the rooftop of the warehouse stands an enormous, dry-docked galleon ship that has been hung above it from cranes and scaffolding to facilitate the refurbishing. There are thick and heavy twine ropes and wooden structures that hold it in place, making it look like a fly that's been caught in a spider web. The gray building before you has been deeply pitted and scarred over the years. There's a mangy orange cat that wanders into the street and hisses at all of you. It then runs away in a moment and works its way up the scaffolding to the second story, where it turns back to you, hisses one more time, and then runs onto the roof. There's a drunken man slumbering in a corner, snoring loudly and mumbling to himself. He has a ratted beard and a big hat that conceals most of his features. He's wearing a heavy rain slicker, and you can see that he has a pair of boots that make him look like a very worn down sailor. The boots are ship boots, and you can tell from their make that this is someone who has spent many years on the deck of a ship. The old drunken man is holding an empty bottle and snoring in a puddle of what might be his own urine. What would you like to do?
What did you say earlier, Hawke, about how some things that can seem scary might actually not be?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'm gonna make some perception
Yeah.
checks. No one notices anything other than Siraye. Siraye, you notice that the ship that is hanging above this building has a very traditional-looking image as a mermaid. And having just walked away from Filthy Meg, you find it humorous because this very beautiful, very flaxen-looking maiden who's bare-chested is reaching out on the front of this ship very gloriously and gracefully. And you can't get the image of Filthy Meg out of your head when looking at the front of the ship, because this is a very human interpretation of a merfolk, you know? As you look up, you see the side of the ship, and on it is painted the letters that say Sirens Call.
May I go up to the man?
Yes.
I'm assuming this building looks like we have to check in to go onto that ship.
No.
Oh.
If you're going up to the man like he's a bouncer, you are mistaken. That man is a homeless wretch who is passed out, or maybe has been drunkenly dropped here. We don't know, of course.
Yeah, Doddle goes to walk over to the passed out man, and Mag's like, "No, honey, no."
Oh wait, Hawke, do you still have our breakfast?
Yeah.
Can I have
Oh,
some,
if you're
please?
thinking what I'm thinking, then yeah.
Yeah, there's some spare shit from the fish and the bread earlier.
Okay, can I have some of that too, please?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Alright, I'd like to go up to the man. Excuse me. Tap him gently.
You tap the man. I need you to make an initiative roll, please.
What? Sorry, pardon me. Just 18.
18. So, you have an armor class of 13. The man grabs you by the collar and pulls you in close to a dagger. Everybody sees
Maglo
this.
immediately reacts.
Okay, go ahead and make initiative rolls, please.
Yeah.
Doddle, you are going to act next, but the man grabs you and you can smell his reeking rum breath. He has broken teeth and they're black and rotting, and his breath reeks horribly. And he looks at you, his eyes squint, and he's got a dagger to your throat.
Who sent you here? I'll kill you, you son of a bitch!
It is now Siraye's action, I believe. Yeah, Siraye, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna throw my dagger at his knife and try and knock it out of his hands.
You're going to make a called shot. Now, there are varied rules for this. I like to play it fast and loose. So go ahead and roll your attack. And if you do not roll well, know that you are very close to hitting Doddle.
Got it. Okay.
Okay, so that's not a failure. But you don't hit the dagger, you hit him. So go ahead and roll damage. So it does 6 points of damage. You stab into the man's hand, and he drops the dagger and screams as blood starts to issue from his hand. Doddle, you are set free. It is now your action. What would you like to do?
I can't heal him at all, can I?
He has dropped his dagger in front of you. There's a pool of blood, and his hand is just bleeding profusely as he's cursing and kind of writhing on the ground.
Can I look at my friends to see? Wait. Can I look at Maglo to be like, can you help him, please?
It is your. If you're breaking out of initiative order, he's not going to attack anymore. In fact, he's on death's door. If he attacks again, he's going to be badly wounded. So he's right now. He's kind of in flight mode. So you tell me what you want to do.
I just want to hand the food to him.
Okay, he's not interested in your food. He bats it out of your hand, Doddle, and all the food is scattered into the mud in front of the man. He keeps shouting as he screams at all of you, and he has this dart through his wrist right here, and it's this metal dart. And he immediately stands and looks at all of you.
What are you? Who sent you? I already paid you my bill. You're a son of a bitch, you know. I'll kill you all.
Hey, bud. Hey, no, it's all right. Hey, listen. Hey, my name's Maglo. I'm a healer. I'm just here. I'm so sorry that we just we reacted. That's our fault. We didn't mean to do nothing by you.
Make a persuasion check.
Fucking hell.
You son of a bitch! I already paid my bill.
And he runs at you, and he's going to try to knock you over. Go ahead and make an athletics check, I guess.
This didn't go the way I was really hoping it would.
Oh, 18 though. Even with a minus
so
one.
he charges at you, and you step out of the way as he kind of stumbles, falls to the ground into the mud, picks himself up, and runs down the alley screaming at all of you.
Maglo takes his rifle off of his back.
If he's running by us, do we technically get an attack of opportunity?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yes. You can all do attacks of opportunity on the homeless
Heck
wretch
yeah.
as he tries to push past you all and run away.
Who is he closest to by chance?
It would be me, right? Because he just moved past me.
I want to try to deck the guy. Kind of knock him out. That's all I want.
Go ahead and make an athletics check.
Oh no.
Okay.
Or it's an unarmed strike. I'm sorry. Make an unarmed strike.
We're gonna kill a homeless guy.
I'm not trying to kill
Well,
him.
if it's an unarmed strike, it's going to be non-lethal damage, unless you keep pummeling, and then it becomes lethal. And you hit with a 23, and you did 4 bludgeoning. You absolutely clock this homeless man, and you do 4 points of non-lethal bludgeoning damage as you hit him in the jaw, and he hits the ground unconscious.
Maglo tries to grab him as he's
You catch him. Yeah, you catch him. He doesn't fall into the dirt. So you manage to catch him. He reeks of alcohol and his own filth.
Hawke would immediately like to run over to him and use his healing hand. So once per long rest, as an action, I can touch a creature and restore 7 hit points. So I pull the dart out and heal his wrist.
Okay, you pull the dart out. You heal him. What are you doing, Maglo?
I was gonna say, as soon as Hawke runs over, Mag puts his hand out to have Hawke stop, and then when he sees the small light in his hands, all right, cool. Maglo's just looking him over for anything else, seeing if he can, with his just healer's kit.
He's unconscious, but because of the healing that Hawke did, he's unharmed. He's just completely unconscious.
Yeah.
And he reeks. He's clearly drunk, and he's just not in a probably a sane state of mind.
Doddle, can you press digitate this guy, please?
Yeah, I go up to him and I start cleaning him off.
Is the food at all spoiled? If not, can someone bring that over?
It's in a puddle. It's been scattered.
It's a puddle.
Can I pick it up and press the digitation that too? Go.
You may. So you gather all the food up and you cast some quick cantrips to clean up both the homeless man and the food. And what do you do next?
Is this homeless man? He's human, right?
You think?
Okay.
Once you clean him off, he's just a very old man.
Okay, I'd like to go up to him and be like, "Excuse me, sir. I know that my communications."
He's fully gone.
Out. He's
Oh,
not.
is he knocked
Completely
out?
gone.
Yeah.
Can I put the food in his pockets?
Yeah, you can. So you start reaching into his pockets to put some food. There is a rat in one of his pockets that leaps out and runs across you. And in the pocket, you find a scattered group of coins and some really grubby-looking parchment. Do you just put the food in?
Good. Just take a quick peek at the parchment.
Doddle.
Hey, I mean,
Maybe we
who
should
knows?
leave someone's
Wait,
belongings.
Wait, guys.
Maybe
I
he's like
think
this because he was scorned by a lover, or maybe his mom's not very nice to him.
If it is private business, put it back in his fucking pocket. please.
Okay, I'm just gonna
Doddle,
throw
put it
this
back in his
out
fucking
here.
pocket.
I'm just gonna throw this out here. Maybe it's a good thing to read it. He's clearly held out in front of here. He said, "I already paid you," which means
Oh,
Have
for
to do
Sylvanas'
something
sakes. Can June just snatch the letter and open it?
You grab the piece of parchment and you unfurl it, and there is a single symbol on the piece of parchment, and it looks like a hand grabbing onto an eye, and along the sides of it are a number of glyphs that you do not recognize.
Well, she dramatically flips it over. Does this look like a grasping eye to you?
Oh dear.
Oi, but it's his own private business.
You
right?
do recognize the symbol as the same symbol that was on the crates in the layer that you had gone to, where you had found the magical components. It is the symbol for the grasping eye.
Do I recognize the glyphs around it at all?
No, you don't know. You think it's probably some sort of signifier or some sort of statement of ownership. Siraye might know more, given that this clearly has something to do with the underworld, but you're not sure.
Mags has I'm saying that he has a little journal for just to write down all the things for a proper report. Can he jot down the the different runes, the sigils?
Yeah, you may. You can copy them. You don't know what they mean, but you can easily.
Yeah, but he just for future reference. Oh, can we just give him the stuff back now, please?
Yes, I put it in his pocket.
Okay, so you put everything back the way you found it. He's still unconscious. You leave the food with him, and you look out at the warehouse before you. And the flat gray wood and brick building with the double doors and the immense ship, the Siren's Call, looms before you as the sky becomes even darker. And lightning strikes again, and you hear the roll of thunder in the distance. We're going to take a really short break, and then we're going to come back, and we'll move forward, okay? So 5 minutes, if everybody's good.
Yay.
Thank you, 5.
No, sorry, we're talking about this tattoo artist and how she's like that. She was like going around the internet for a while. She does these like really intricate jewel crystal tattoos, and like they're really fucking great.
Let her
And,
do whatever.
yeah, it
Are we
was like
unmuted now, Nox?
We are unmuted. Which of you is going to make your way down the alley first?
Yes, sir.
Actually, this might be a little morally ambiguous, but that might come in handy later. If we're walking around a dock that is controlled by the grasping eye, then we could flash our papers and be like, well, you got your payment from us.
As Doddle says this and shows the paper around, Siraye, you were scouting ahead a little, and you turn back and you see this paper. You do recognize it. It's very clearly from the gang, and you don't know the glyphs that they're using because you're not part of the gang, but it is something that is typically given out to individuals within gang territory to denote their ability to work in the area without being harried by the gang. It is a sort of a pass, as it were.
woof. Yeah, we want to take that. In case we get stopped by another person in the gang, at least that shows that we are okay to be here.
Well, I won't steal it, and I hand it out to Siraye. If you want to.
I'll take it.
Come on.
Wait,
no.
what about him, though?
Lynn, the dude's got nothing. Let's not just take more. Like, we can handle ourselves. It don't matter. We're here for the fucking high scribe. Like,
Maglo, what if we give him enough money to more than cover for the paper? Like, do we know how much it would usually cost somebody?
It's not necessarily a cost thing. Put it back on the body, and I'll take the body, and I'll try and drag him to a place where he will be safe and out of view. So if another person walks up and sees a body, they won't go snooping.
Well, he's snoring softly. He's completely healed, and he's comfortable now. Even the wound that your dart had inflicted has been bandaged and magically healed. So he's actually better off than he's probably been in a month. He's been cleaned up, and he has food in his pockets, and he's been well taken care of.
Okay, then I'm gonna set him back where he was and try and make him look like he was still asleep.
He
Right there.
smells much better. His breath is still pretty atrocious.
what was it about the paper? That, like, could we
the
not just
paper-
redraw it? I've written the runes down here.
I mean, if you want to try and, make a fake, go for it. Do you think you can?
I mean, I don't know. What's the difference between a fake and a real one?
Hopefully there's no magical property onto it.
You know that it would take a good amount of time to exactly forge that script and the drawing and everything else that was on the parchment. In fact, you don't have the right type of parchment to make it look exactly the same.
I don't know. It'll take us ages. Like, let's just go in. I think if anyone stops us, like, then they're after us anyway. So even if they stop us and we have the right piece of paper, there's no like definite that they're going to be like, oh, okay, then just move on. They might be like, no, we're literally after you, and then try to go for us.
Yeah, fair. All right.
We can fuck up. It's fine. I ain't scared. Hawke, do you want to go down the alleyway first? I'll follow behind you.
Yeah, why don't you guys give me a second? I'm going to just make sure he's all good.
Okay.
I kind of want you going first because you can take a hit better than I can.
I know.
June
also-
just
I don't
kind of
think
like
we're gonna
zooms past you guys. Let's just go.
Once they're out of earshot, I take a breath, focus on the greater evil, and I'm going to put 10 gold in his pocket. I'm going to take the pass out and I'm going to put it in my pouch.
He has 10 gold in his pouch that he did not have before. Everybody else, where are you going in the meanwhile?
I'm trying to get into the ship.
Yep.
Because that's where we're trying to go, right?
And how do you approach the building? There's the double door and everything else that I described. The building is out in front of you.
Are there
We gotta go into the building to get to the ship?
Yes, it's above. It's on the roof of the flat building. So it's being hung and suspended up on cranes and rope up ahead. There was a cat that hissed at you and then ran up down some ramshackle debris up to a walkway that is on the second story that kind of works its way up. And then there's the double doors of the building that stand in front of you, and they are closed.
Are they locked?
I don't know. Are you trying the door?
I'm gonna try to do it.
Okay, Doddle, you walk up to the door, and they're very large and very heavy-looking doors. Make a strength check.
Did it roll? There we go. Wow. My worst enemy. Doors.
You make your way up to the door, and you start pulling on it, and nothing happens. Does anybody else want to help Doddle?
It must be
Yeah,
locked,
I'll-
guys.
Yeah, Max is gonna just reach over the top of her and try and pull it open.
Okay, you can make a strength check.
I will warn you, not very strong though. Four.
Just a 4. Okay, so Maglo and Doddle are not able to open the door.
My God.
I'm just gonna
Hawke,
go
do I-
over and
Giants?
I'll give it a try.
Okay, Hawke, you now join in. So, just to be clear to those of you that can't see the Roll20 screen, which is everybody, Doddle rolled a 3, Maglo rolled a 4, and then Hawke rolled a 5. So, we're working our way up. In 15 rounds, the door should be open.
What in the world? I'm gonna inspect the door.
Seriously?
Oh wow.
Do you have a bonus
Wow.
to your strength? I hope you have a +1 to your strength. Do you have a +1 to your strength, Piper?
3.
You have a +3, so you
Wait.
actually rolled an 8. With Hawke, you come up and you pull on the door as well. Doddle and Maglo are already there, and the door doesn't budge. You grab onto it, and it doesn't open. Then June walks up, and all of you are pulling on the door. I'm sorry, it doesn't open. Siraye, what are you doing?
This door is made by giants.
I'm watching. Yeah, I'm watching
so
this.
heavy.
And I'm just like,
Wait, Doddle.
It's not just me though, right? Like that's a
One
really
second.
fucking heavy door.
Okay, Doddle, you and I have that one spell, right? Prestidigitation.
Yeah.
Can you use it to open an unlocked door?
Wait, guys. Why are we going through the front door?
This is official business.
Yeah, we're
Am I supposed
official.
to be here?
Are we official?
We're
or some
so
of us
official.
I mean, Hawke and I are technically official.
One
Like,
second. As an
Are we a
official,
group
I
who-
hereby deputize you all to be officially official under
I'm
our
just gonna-
official auspices.
Well, are the people inside who might be inside gonna think we're official, or are they gonna think we're,
I mean,
We
I'm
have
still
to
got,
scroll with the seal
we
on
still got the papers.
Yeah.
So we just show them that. I'm gonna knock.
Dude actually has a point. If this whole dock is being controlled by the grasping eye, and the dude outside is allied with the grasping eye, maybe we should just play it safe and try and not interact with anybody. And if somebody catches us, be like, "Oh, we're here on official business with," and then we'll try and read them and be like, "Should I say the grasping eye or should I say the government right now?"
Well, we'll say Inquisitor Sternwald wanted to do us to file a quick follow-up. I'll throw him under the bus. I don't care.
Or there was the path that we saw the cat go into and try to figure out a way to,
Yeah.
Oh,
there.
that's good.
How carnival does that look?
Siraye, are you doing something as well when this conversation's happening in front of the door?
I'm inspecting the door, I guess. And I'm just listening and kind of
Make a sleight of hand check.
making sure we're not gonna get bamboozled.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Me.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
a natural one.
That's a
technically.
1. That's a nat
natural
1.
So go ahead and make another roll to see if you get another natural 1.
Oh my God, this is the hardest puzzle we've ever faced.
We have faced down mind flayers with more efficiency
Oh,
than
thank
we
God.
have this door.
A 4, a 5, an 8, and a crit fail.
So, Siraye, you think that the door has been trapped.
There's something up with this door, team. I don't
I
think
know,
we can go
right?
through the front
No,
door.
it's
There might be a trap on the other side.
However,
Can I see where the cat went up?
Oh,
yes, you look up, Doddle, and you see that the cat has run up this ramshackle-looking wooden structure on the second story. It's sort of a walkway or a scaffolding that has been placed there that seems like it's part of the shipwork for people to be able to access all of the areas that lead up to the ship. However, there's no easy way to access that. There's a stack of broken boxes and debris that the cat used to kind of hop very agilely up to.
I'm gonna try.
The
I'm gonna
debris.
roll up my sleeves.
Okay. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check to make the first jump. As you're climbing up onto a box and you're jumping from one box to another. That's a natural one.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
So, Momo, I'd like for you to roll again to see if you get another natural one. Just roll a d20.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. It's a 13. It's not another natural one. I've got to say, this is the most spectacular door opening that has ever existed in all of D&D.
We are channeling some hard Mr. Bean energy right now.
literally, right? My lord.
I got to go with it. Doddle, you leap and you land onto a box, and the box, because it's all old and rotten and mildewed, having been out in this rainy weather for so long, it collapses inward, and you fall into the wooden crate as debris kind of piles down on you. I need you to make an acrobatics check to avoid being hit. So you managed to roll out of the way. However, the box is just completely destroyed underneath your weight. If somebody even bigger had jumped onto it, it would have been even worse. So you see this loud crash, everyone, as Doddle jumps from one box to another, and the box just kind of collapses underneath her. Meanwhile, standing in front of the door, what do all of you want to do?
Right, where?
Hawke's just gonna exhale and knock 3 times.
Well, it's already,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
door has
Maglo.
already been knocked on. Yeah, you already knocked
Oh,
Maglo,
yeah.
so you've been standing there
Yeah.
now for a few moments. Does anybody want to do anything else?
And the door is trapped, you say?
I think so.
Oh,
Right.
oh,
It seems
oh,
so.
Oh, I have an idea. Okay, if you will just give me a moment here. Boop, boop, bop. Boop, boop, bop, boop, boop. Alright. What's vitamin?
Doddle starts shouting from inside of this crate.
It's like we knock and we hear this huge crash, and Donald's like, "What's vitamin?"
So, is there anything, Piper, that you're doing right now? Is June doing something?
No, I want to cast a spell. I just straight up did
looking.
not know what vitamin meant.
This is a wooden door.
I just wanted to describe it, but I'm like, I don't know what. Like, I don't want to eat it. What if it's piss? I don't know.
Yeah, it's an herb.
Oh, it's an herb. Okay. I want to get out of the box, and I'm going to look around for a little bit. I'm going to see there's like, what a dirty, gross place. There's probably a spider web around. I'm going to look around and see a spider, and I'm going to try and grab him and be like, excuse me, friend, would you mind if I borrowed you for a second? Reach in my pouch, got a little liquid on my hand, drop him down, give him a kiss, and then I got spider climb on myself, please.
You kiss a spider, and you enact your spider climb spell. We'll come right back to you, Doddle. You can now walk on walls. What is June doing?
I'm looking.
You're looking, okay.
I'm looking.
Siraye, are you doing anything?
I think while they're messing with the door, I'm going to. How tall is the roof?
It's probably about 12 feet up. Oh, the roof itself is 3 stories.
Is there? I'm gonna look around and see if there's like another wall or like something that I can Jackie Chan climb up to the
Yeah.
that walkway.
Make an acrobatics check and don't roll a 1.
Boom!
How
Nat
about a
20.
natural 20?
There's no middle ground here. It's either I
middle
suck
ground.
or I'm really good.
Go
Let's
ahead.
just start flipping coins.
Yeah, go ahead and
Which means technically you have the high ground.
roll again. Ignore whatever Mike just said. Roll one more time to see if you get another natural 20.
All right,
You did,
cool.
okay. So you hop from the side of the building and backflip onto the walkway, and you look like a badass. Straight out of the gate, you just kind of ran up the wall and did a flip, and you land on the walkway. Doddle, you're able to spider climb. Do you go up there as well? Okay, so you start climbing up the wall, and you shimmy your way up, and you join Siraye up on the walkway. Meanwhile, below the door, there's the sound of something moving. There's a latch of a lock, and a door. The door in front of you creaks open. Before you see a ragged-looking man with sun-bleached skin and raggedy blonde beard that is partially burnt away, and a scar that runs down the side of their face. One eye is a deep black socket, and there is no eye in place, and 2 teeth are missing. There is a large golden earring on one of his earlobes, and he is heavily muscled, wearing a set of leather armor and a red strap that is on his arm.
Hi.
Ahoy, sir. We're here on official city business.
That's not a lie, so make a persuasion check.
Can Maglo give him the help action?
I'm so scared.
Yeah, you can roll with advantage then. Okay, he certainly believes you. What you have said in his mind is 100% accurate.
City business, is it?
Yes, we were led to believe that there was a robbery aboard this ship. We're here to follow up on Inquisitor Sternwald's.
I already gave the Inquisitor all the information that they asked.
Yeah, you know how it is usually with these things, and I just start like flicking my nails. You know, bureaucratic follow-ups, making sure that the scribes are happy, that sort of thing.
Make an insight check. Okay, so yeah, he you don't notice anything. He keeps talking to you. He looks to you, Maglo, and then you, June.
What do you need from us?
We just need to have a look around Sirens Call just to make sure everything's all fine. Precautionary, you understand?
Lots of work has been doing here. We've got things all scattered about. It's fairly dangerous. There's ships that have
That's
to
absolutely
get...
fine. We won't take long.
Right. I'd have to take an appointment for you and have my boss get here in time. I just clean the ships, you know?
How about this? If you're that worried about it, you can give us the tour yourself, and we can look around with you.
And if you're not comfortable with that, we can make an appointment, come back with Regiment of the City Guard. We'll, make sure that it's all pluck and plumb, or we can just get it all done with now real quick and then boom, be right outside your hair.
Juniper, make a persuasion check with an advantage. Take the 17, right?
Oh, yeah.
He looks at you, and then he looks at you, Hawke, and then he looks really strange. Everybody make an insight check. That's a natural 20. Go ahead and roll again to see if you get another natural 20.
Okay.
Okay, Juniper. He's nervous. He's lying to you. And he doesn't want to let you in. Also, you notice that he keeps kind of like half glancing behind him, and you don't think he's alone.
She's gonna lean in real close to his crusty, busty face. Is there someone that doesn't want us to come in with you? Because we can come back with more people.
No, Miss, please. You and your friends have already convinced me otherwise. Please, come in and make yourself at home.
And he opens the door widely, one of the doors, to everybody outside. Do you enter?
After you, Hawke.
Thank you very much, Juniper. I'll walk in first.
Who goes second?
Maxwell.
Okay, and then of course June, you follow after. The man, the very crusty-looking man who opened the door, slams the door shut, and you see the large beam that was holding it locked before is slid back down over both double doors. Within the building, you see a large number of boxes and crates that are covered in cobwebs. So you enter into the opening of the double doors. There are a series of very large steps that are wooden. They lead down into the stone floor of the building itself. This is a large warehouse dock, and there are boxes and crates all around you. There are barrels and other things, and large fissures in the ground that have been uncared for, that open up into bare dirt. This warehouse looks like it's been barely used in what looks like 10 or 20 years. There are cobwebs everywhere. It looks very suspiciously unused. The man stands behind you, and what do you do when you enter?
All right, well, thanks so much for letting us in. Could I just grab a name, please? Just for the report.
It's Jasper.
I would like to look for any lying tells.
You can make an insight check.
That's 8. It's nothing.
Yeah, you think he's telling the truth, you think? You don't know. You're not sure. He might be lying. But...
Now, Jesper,
That's
can you
fine.
tell us how long you've occupied this building?
Oh, I like I said, I just cleaned the bottoms of the boats, barnacles and other things. Are you gonna be here long, or should I let my boss know that you're here?
Jesper, why don't you show me around while we can get this along
What about
quickly?
these two gentlemen? Because I
those-
can't leave them here. They might touch something they ain't supposed to. There's lots of dangerous things around,
True. My boys will just stay here. They'll look at the walls, just seeing how everything's holding up for the building, and take note of that. And while you show me around.
You can make a perception. All right,
Okay.
persuasion check, not perception.
Oh no, persuasion.
Yeah, not great. Okay, yeah, so you're saying that, no, I can possibly, look, I can't, I've let you in and I'll show you what you want to see. You said the boat, I'll take you up to the boat, but you all come with me now.
Oh yeah, that's
That's fine. Let's go.
Sounds fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it.
Don't
And
worry
so,
about it.
do you see yourselves on the map?
Yep.
Yes.
Go ahead and move yourself, and here, I'll put Jesper down so that you know where he is. And as you walk forward, you notice that there are figures moving in the dark shadows of the warehouse, and you realize that Jesper is not alone. And we'll come right back to you. Outside of the warehouse,
Is there any
Siraye-
window? Like, are we seeing this happen or anything?
There are boarded up windows. So, Siraye,
Cool.
you and Doddle are currently on the walkway on the second story above the door. You see the door open, you hear kind of a gruff, weird voice, and then everybody goes in, and then you hear a slamming of the door. And it sounds like a wooden lock has been put into place, like a barricade.
So as soon as I hear the door close, I'm going to try and peek through the boarded up windows and see with my elven eyes and hear with my elven ears and kind of try and hear what's going on in the room.
Doddle, what are you doing?
I feel like it's Siraye and I'm ready to go check out the ship. Because I can. I got the sticky fingers.
The walkway, the walkway kind of twines up eventually to the top of the roof. You just have to follow it, and it doesn't look like it's in great shape.
Well, I just use the sticky fingers.
I'm gonna try and imitate Busby's whistle sound, or like bird chirp.
Yeah, and so what you discover, Siraye, is that the windows have been boarded up exceptionally well. On the outside, it looks like garbage. On the inside, somebody has very meticulously boarded this all up so that it would be very secure, and you can't see through it.
I can't see through it at all.
It
Okay,
looks like
so then I
new,
wouldn't.
It looks like new boards are on the inside of the window.
Can I still hear what's going on the other side of the wall?
You cannot. hear it.
Or at least like hear nothing. Okay. All right.
You think you might hear the echo of voices somewhere in the distance, but it's very, very muted, very faint,
Got it.
very hard to see.
All right, Doddle. I'll go with you to check on the ship, but we need to be very careful and ready to help the other half of our team.
All right.
So
Either way.
the two of you begin climbing up, and Doddle, you're still using your spider climb, so you don't have to worry about anything, but you have to maintain concentration, obviously. So you're working your way up.
I'd like to do it carefully, though, like if I start to hear voices or like just very slowly making sure nobody's up there looking at us or anything.
Well, I need you to make a stealth check. I need Siraye to make a stealth check and an acrobatics check.
Whee!
Hey.
It's a natural 1, Siraye, on your acrobatics.
Yeah. What? I seriously like.
Oh no. This is the most natural ones I've seen in so long, and I
Go
want
ahead
it.
and confirm it. Roll it again and see if you get another one. No. Okay. All right. So go ahead and make your stealth check.
You fall so quietly.
No. Okay.
All right. So here's what happens. Doddle, you're very quiet. You are very quietly moving up the wall. Siraye, you're walking through, and your foot, you just barely miscount a step, and a board breaks underneath your foot. You manage to catch yourself, and you continue on up the stairwell, but the board falls and hits another part of the walkway, and it collapses underneath itself, and the way that you came up can now no longer be used to go back. So that walkway has collapsed, and there's a loud crashing noise that is in the street now as that walkway kind of just falls onto itself. Inside the building,
Keep going.
Maglo immediately, Busby, and Busby's eyes light up red, and metal feathers kind of like curl outward as immediately figures adjust themselves in the shadow. And I need everyone to make an initiative roll, because outside there's a crash. And Jesper looks back and then looks at you. I thought you said you were alone. Get up!
Sorry, guys.
A 20, 12, and a 9. Go ahead, for those of you outside, go ahead and make a roll as well, so I can go ahead and get your initiative order. Okay, Siraye, you're on a 12. Doddle, you're definitely going first. So I'm just going to put you at 30, so there's no confusion. Okay, so first up, Doddle, outside you are hanging from the wall, and all of this walkway, this scaffolding, has just collapsed down into the alleyway. What do you want to do?
Can I reach out for Siraye? Is she too far away?
She's completely safe. She misstepped and caused the kind of ruckus below, but she's still continuing up the walkway.
Can we hear commotion inside?
I will make a perception check for you.
Okay.
You do not hear anything. There's thunder and the rain is pelting down on you. It's hard to hear inside.
Okay, and Siraye told me to keep going, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna keep going.
When it drops, I just say, keep going, Doddle, just keep going.
You
To the ship!
You carefully and quietly pull yourself up to the third story, and when you get up to the top, Doddle, you see the Sirens call tethered up in this crazy network of ropes. They've brought this building, the ship, up to the third story of this building. And you can see that there are walkways on the inside, and part of the building is wide open. There's no roof here. It's just a network of wooden bridges and very fragile-looking wooden walkways and ropes everywhere. And they stretch out all around this ship. And in front of you, as you pull yourself up, you're greeted by the wooden visage of a merfolk, and she's outstretched and looking very beautiful and very peaceful and majestic as she kind of like stretches out into the waves around her that have been carved into the front of this ship.
I'm gonna grab onto that mermaid and I'm gonna spider climb right onto that ship.
Okay, yeah, you grab onto the mermaid and you start spider climbing onto the ship. And
Still being careful.
Okay. So with that, Juniper, you're next, as immediately you see movement in the shadows all around you, and you can see that Jesper, if his name really is Jesper, is immediately kind of reaching for his hip.
I'm gonna thorn whip his hand away from his hip. Whatever happens, happens.
Okay, go ahead and roll to strike.
All right. 7.
7. So you whip out at Jesper, and he jumps out of the way, pulling a very wicked-looking short sword out of its scabbard on his side. It's a rusted and kind of horrible-looking thing. So you whip out at him, and he leaps out of the way.
Okay, I'm just gonna yell at him. Listen, don't mess with us, okay? We're just here to do our job.
You shout at him as a hail of arrows shoots out of the darkness at all of you. Juniper.
Oh no.
An arrow shoots out of the darkness. So you get hit for 5 points of damage as a crossbow bolt buries itself into your side. Hawke, a crossbow bolt shoots past your shoulder and misses you. Maglo, a crossbow bolt hits you for 7 points of damage, piercing into your shoulder. Immediately, figures emerge out of the shadows, and you can see now as the lanterns spark. Someone has taken a tinder twig and lit a fuse, and that fuse has gone off, and all of the lanterns in the space, which are fairly scattered, so it's still shadowy, but they flare into life. And you can tell that they were prepared for someone to try to attack them, as they have surrounded the group. So there are a large number of very disgusting-looking, well-armored people with weapons. Above, on a wooden walkway further back, are at least 4 people holding crossbows, and a number of individuals that are standing on the same level that you are on. In one far corner is an enormous-looking man. He is shirtless, and rolls of fat just cover him. He stands easily at 8.5 feet tall, and he's carrying an enormous-looking maul and a giant iron hammer. It is now Hawke.
Bit of a gamble here. Hawke is going to hold up his hands and holds an action for Eldritch Blast. So, like, he has his hands prepped, but he's ready to, like, do the quick hand motion to summon his Astral Ravens. Wait, Grasping Eye.
Okay, so you shout out, "Wait, Grasping Eye." There is some very slight hesitation in the room. Make a deception check. You shout, "Wait, Grasping Eye," and whatever tone you're trying to infer, it doesn't seem to convey "I'm part of it." It just kind of is more of a question. It does come out, though, and it does cause everyone in the room to stop for a moment. There are no further actions of attack that are laid upon you. Outside, Siraye, you're still on this walkway. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna follow Doddle and keep climbing up to the boat.
Okay, make one more acrobatics check to make it up to the very top where the boat is.
14.
14, so you managed to make your way up without any further incident, and you see the rest of the ship, and while you carefully and kind of quietly make your way up, you see Doddle climbing on the side of the ship. Do you jump over to some of the ropes and start pulling yourself up?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead and make a final acrobatics check to get on the ship.
12.
Okay, so you kind of catch up to Doddle. Doddle, you and Siraye now are on the very tip of this enormous ship. It looks like it's abandoned, and there are walkways all the way across it. Below you, down below, you see a number of figures moving through an open area spot. You don't see the whole interior of the building. You only see this deck, this wooden deck that has a lot of the gear and materials that have been pulled off of the ship, or maybe items that are used to repair the ship. You see the group of individuals that are very surly looking, and there are some people with crossbows that are all pointed into a spot that you cannot see because it is under the roof.
But I understand that, like, my friends are right below, right?
I mean, theoretically, they're down there somewhere, and there are people with crossbows. That's what you see.
I don't love that. I certainly don't love that. All right. So I had an idea. It might be a stupid idea, but, like, what am I good for? If not, enacting stupid ideas. I have a question. Nox, if I were to cast Tidal Wave on the ship, my dream here is to, like, get the ship off but it's three stories above, isn't it? Any source of water, right?
There's no water except for what's falling out of the sky right now. This ship is dry docked.
That's a shame. That would have been cool. All right, moving on.
2 blocks down the road, you could get to a dock.
I can't move a whole ship, too, but who the fuck am I, Luke Skywalker? I don't know what to do. Okay.
Do or do not, there is no try, Doddle.
Yoda was very famous for lifting a ship out of water, so just saying, shiny and green.
All right, so what do you do?
I'm gonna look at Siraye. Be like, Siraye, I'm gonna point to the guys.
You point down, and below, in the building, as all of these thugs and gang members look down at you. You see their greasy faces, their pockmarked, scarred visages, snarling at all of you. Maglo, Hawke, and Juniper. And they seem as if they are filled with hate as they stare down at you. And the large man with the rolls of heavy fat that is 8.5 feet tall stands in the center of the room. And he looks to all of you.
You get one shot. What is the password?
And that's where we're going to leave it for the week.
Oh my god.
That's a great clip.
Max is fully gonna be like, oh, only one shot, and then just load his gun.
You said one shot.
Dude, in my head, I was like, okay, how can June just like rip his head off real quick?
I mean, you have a whole week to think about how you're going to pay off that one shot opening that he's giving you.
Oh my gosh.
It's a full-on combat. Check out this map, guys. We got a map.
I know.
Oh my
God,
god,
it's
it's so beautiful.
I can't see any dudes.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that. I wanted that reaction when you walked into the room, and I'm like, and they come out of the shadows, and I was like, okay, these guys aren't impressed easily. I'll
I
double
was
it next
picturing
time.
4 dudes.
No, you're.
I didn't think that many.
I want to steal this ship. Is there a way to steal this ship?
Oh.
It's
Yeah.
like we steal the shit.
I want to steal the ship.
This is
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons. You can steal anything you want.
You want to have like a 5-minute break and then come back here for the next 4 hours and do a big D&D combat? Yeah, maybe. It's a big
I wish we could. It's gonna have to wait until next week, but we're gonna be
That's
full
fine.
on in combat next week.
I truly enjoy the company of you guys. You guys
Oh.
I straight up fucking love these games, man.
You
It's
guys
like
make me
100% highlight of my week. Love this shit.